All right. Let me disclaimer this by saying I only post a video like this to get it off my mind before it festers. Um, I didn't say anything. I wasn't mean or rude or anything. I just want to get it off my mind. Just let me disclaimer that. And I only make a video if it happens once, one or more, or two or more times. And this was the second time today. At least this one thing. I don't understand something that grinds my gears, if you want to say. The way the gym is set up in the gym I go to, all the treadmills, just like probably every other gym, all the treadmills and ellipticals, and the stairmasters and the bikes, they're all next to each other. It's a big facility. I don't understand how a gentleman and his partner, his friend, both of them, they were right next to each other on the treadmill, and they were yelling at each other. I mean, straight up yelling. They clear across all the way to the free weights. You can hear them. I'm on my elliptical. Granted, today, I'll disclaimer this also. I was on a different machine. I usually go to the same elliptical to do my hour, but I was on a different one, and it was a little weird the way my wrists were set up like this instead of up here. So I was using a little bit more energy. I mean, I guess that's a good thing. But I knew that they were being loud because I looked around, and there were people that were in there busting their butts off before me, and they kept looking too. Granted, I'll tell you this. I could see that if they were running maybe, but these fools are walking. They're walking. And they were at least 6 or 7 machines to the left of me. 6 or 7. I'm talking about 3 ellipticals and 4 or 5 treadmills to the left of me and on the other side. And I couldn't tell. I could tell people were getting upset because I started looking around every time they got loud. And when I mean every time, they got loud every time. And I kept looking around. There were people just kind of like doing the head while I was looking at them, and the one woman next to me was getting super annoyed because I could tell I could hear. Granted, we all got headphones on. I had my Beats. We all had headphones on, bumping it loud. I could tell she was getting annoyed because I could hear her. I was like, oh, every time they said something, I was like, oh God. The lady across from me actually got up and left. She did a little grunt, got up and left. She looked that way, wiped her machine down and left. And I don't understand. You're right next to each other. I'm sure if you're gonna talk, because if I have a gym partner like my boy D, if we're gonna go work out, I'll bring my headphones, but they're gonna be turned all the way down to where I can barely hear the music because I don't want to be yelling at them from when I'm standing right next to them. If you're gonna be doing that, take off your headphones. I don't know if they had headphones. I just hope that it's because they both had loud music on. They're yelling at each other. I'm not saying you can't talk, but you're gonna disrupt others, and I'm not trying to be not trying to be a punk or anything, but come on, man. Granted, and the sad thing is they were being loud, and they probably did about 10 minutes of walking, and just from that 10 minutes, they probably made a bunch of people leave because I saw a bunch of people that I was like, yeah, they got in there for 10 minutes, but I'm not trying to judge anyway. Another thing, this is probably something that I know I've done because I've always gone to the gym and just don't know what the heck's going on, just been whatever, just walking around. Guys walking around with no plan. I mean, just walking around picking machines. I mean, you could, and the sad thing is, because I know I've done it, and I know everybody has that look when they don't know what they're doing in the gym. You got that look, and you're just kind of walking around looking, and your dude came to where I was at, asked me when I was getting off, and I said, yeah, probably about a set or two. I had 2 sets, tried to be nice. So then I got off, he came over there and adjusted the weights, and then completely left. And his gym partner did the same thing on a different equipment I was using. Fine, I could have tossed it up to maybe they're doing a superset, but I could tell because they were walking around the gym, and you go from a squat to a bench. I don't know, maybe that's your workout plan, but come on, man, come on. I'm just throwing the odds out. Odds are you probably don't know what the heck you're doing, and you keep asking people when there are clearly other things going on. I don't know if they're getting on somebody's, if they're doing it on purpose, but it was just, oh man, it was getting on my nerves. Maybe it's because I was on the T-booster, and maybe because, I had that hour that the dude talking. But this has happened the first time, and I know what it's like to go in the gym and not have a plan. Believe me, I've been there. I've been there a bazillion times. But have a plan. If you ain't gonna have a plan, go on the treadmill and think of a plan. It's hard, especially on a day like today, which is Monday. Everybody trying to get off the Monday blues, and everybody trying to just pump iron. There were a lot of people in there today. You ain't got a plan, it's gonna look bad. It's just gonna look bad, and then people gonna get angry. Now I say this because I got angry, but I wasn't mad. I was just kind of like, eh. But I'm on that fasting, so I'm probably hungry and angry at the same time. So I disclaimer that I wasn't in the mood today. It was Monday, and I has doing all that stuff. So two things. And talking, two things, man. Talking on the treadmill. Do what you gotta do, man. Don't be yelling at each other when you're right next to each other and you're walking. You ain't making that much noise. And then have a plan. It's gotta have a plan. I mean, oh, man, just please have a plan. Lord Jesus, have a plan.